Alley Cats and you viewers. So today is my first part of my June 2014 favorites, and yes, I know I kind of hit it right this time with the date. I'm not too early, I'm not too late. I'm kind of right in the right spot for the first part, which is awesome. I've just been too busy, but I'm so excited to do this. I love to make my favorites videos, so I'm just going to get started. First off, we'll talk about the CDs, of course, that I've loved this month, and there's two amazing CDs I love, which, I mean, it's not guaranteed that you're going to love them, it's just I love them. But the first one is The Fault in Our Stars soundtrack. I still have not seen this movie yet, but I plan on doing it this weekend, even if I have to drag my mother to go with me. But this soundtrack is awesome. Most of the songs are pretty mellow. There's a couple of upbeat ones, but most of them are pretty mellow. I mean, it's just really soothing to listen to, kind of. There's some great artists on here like Grouplove, Ed Sheeran, Jake Bugg, Charlie XCX, Birdie, I love Birdie. But there's so many great artists on this, and it's just such a fantastic soundtrack. Whoever, you know, was the supervisor on this did such an amazing job of picking the perfect songs for this film. Well, I've read the book, so I can kind of picture the film. You get my drift. And the second one is really special to me, this second CD, because it looks really ordinary from here. It's Lucy Hale's Road Between CD. But if you open it up and I pull this out, that's what she said, you can see that it's got an autograph on it. That's an actual autograph from Lucy Hale. And I fangirled when I opened this and saw that, because the story behind this, I'll tell you the little story. You don't want to hear it, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. Okay, now this thing's not right. No! I hate when it messes up. Anyway, I'm going to tell you the story though. So, I had this pre-ordered for forever because I'm such a huge Lucy Hale fan. I've adored Lucy basically ever since she started acting. I even saw her on American Juniors, that spin-off of American Idol that only lasted one season and she won. But, you know, I've been a fan of hers for forever, and I'd heard two of her songs. I love the CD, so I pre-ordered it. And then about a week before it was released, they said if you pre-ordered from Walmart, you had a chance of getting an autographed copy. I think there's only like 50. I could be wrong about the number. But I was like, there's no way I'm going to get an autographed copy. Well, I go and it comes on the day it releases, and, you know, I open my box up, and right on top is the autograph, and I freak out, like, oh my gosh, I got Lucy Hale's autograph! Ah! So yeah, I freaked out. But this is actually a really great CD as well. It is very country pop, so if you're not into very heavy country pop music, you will not like this. But if you do like that kind of music, or you're very open with your musical tastes, this is an awesome CD. All of the tracks are just standouts. I mean, it's hard for me to pick a favorite. My favorites are probably You Sound Good to Me, Nervous Girls, and Goodbye Gone. But I mean, there's so many that are great, and I highly recommend it. And plus, if you get it at Walmart, you get one extra song, which is an amazing track. So yeah, those are my two favorite CDs this month. Lucy Hale's The Road Between, and The Fault in Our Stars official soundtrack. Now next up, moving on to the movies I enjoyed this month. The first one, I own this one, the other two I rented, so I'll just go with the one I own first. This is the third time I've watched this film, and oh my gosh, it still gives me the feels every single time. But it's Monica and David. And it's this documentary about two people with Down syndrome, and they fall in love, and they get married. And yes, this is a real, actual documentary. And it's just so heartwarming to see them fall in love, and see them get married, and see how they have to live their lives as a married couple. They have to live with her parents, and it's heartwarming, it's heartbreaking. It really just, you know, allows you to see what people with Down syndrome really are like, what they experience. And I have a friend with Down syndrome, and she's the sweetest person ever, and you see in this film that people with Downs are still people, and, you know, they're so sweet. They're some of the sweetest people ever, and, you know, they can do whatever we can do. And it's just amazing. And if you like documentaries and you want to know more about Down syndrome, or if you just want to see a really good love story, definitely check out Monica and David. It warms your heart. It will break it, but it also warms your heart, and it makes you feel so good after you finish watching it. Trust me. I always watch it when I'm feeling down because it just cheers me right up. And the next two movies I Netflixed. The first one was just, it blew my expectations out of the water. It's called Drinking Buddies, and it has Olivia Wilde, Jake Johnson, Ron Livingston, and Anna Kendrick in it. And it's basically about these two coworkers, Olivia Wilde and Jake Johnson. They work at a brewery, and they each have a boyfriend slash girlfriend. So, you know, they decide to go on a trip to a cabin, you know, over the weekend, and, you know, things start to get a little messed up because, you know, everyone's drinking because, you know, they all like to drink in this film, and, you know, drama happens, and you wouldn't think it doesn't sound that great how I'm describing it, but it was actually a really charming film, and it doesn't end how you think it will end, and I adore it. So if you like indie movies that have comedic touches and, you know, are kind of unique in their approach to how they do filmmaking, definitely check out Drinking Buddies because all the actors are great in it and it's so entertaining. It flies by super fast. It's just a great movie that I would definitely watch again. In this last movie, you're going to say, why haven't you watched this yet? Because everyone else on the planet's watched it, but it's actually Captain America: The First Avenger. The reason I hadn't watched Captain America: The First Avenger yet was because when it originally came out, I was in college, so I didn't have time to go to the theater to see it. I didn't have time to Netflix it and watch it because it's pretty lengthy. It's over 2 hours long, so I didn't have time to watch it, and I'd seen Captain America in The Avengers, and, you know, I'd heard about the second movie coming out and the second movie being great, so I'm like, I should just watch Captain America: The First Avenger because I need to see it. I love Marvel movies, basically. Pretty much all of them. There's a few I don't like, but you know, I'm a Marvel girl, okay, so I gotta watch Captain America, and, you know, Chris Evans is pretty good looking. So, I watched it, and I fell in love with it, and I can't wait to see The Winter Soldier when it eventually comes out on DVD, because, you know, there's gonna be even more epic Captain America awesomeness. So, those were the movies I enjoyed this month. Monica and David, a documentary that I highly suggest you check out, Drinking Buddies, and Captain America: The First Avenger. Now, TV shows I really enjoyed this month. Well, this first part of the month. I always say this month, but I always do two parts. Starting things off, of course, is Pretty Little Liars. It just debuted its 5th season, and oh my gosh, it was so tense and awesome. And Ian Harding, come on people, Ian Harding. If you don't know who he is, look him up real quick. Just do it. Girls, you'll be thankful. Guys, you'll be like, why can't I look like him? But yes, I love Pretty Little Liars. I know it's basically like I Know What You Did Last Summer, but as a TV show. But you know what? I love it. I love the fashion. I love the drama. I love, you know, even the brutal stuff that they're allowed to show. I love it. And the second show I've really been enjoying that I didn't expect to enjoy is Orange is the New Black. Now, Orange is the New Black is a Netflix original show that, you know, it started out being a streaming show, and I couldn't watch it when it was streaming because I don't have streaming capabilities. But, you know, I didn't have high expectations for the show because I'm sorry if I offend anyone by saying this, but I did not like House of Cards at all. It bored me to death. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Orange is the New Black is another Netflix produced show. I don't know if I'm going to like it. People are saying it's a comedy. I hate comedies. Yes, I do hate comedies for the most part. So I had basically no expectations for this show at all. But, you know, I finally caved in because people were saying it's amazing. So I watched it, and I ended up binge watching several episodes, and it's just wonderful. I love to see all the different inmates at Litchfield, and the story is basically you're following this woman Piper, which this is a semi-autobiographical show, but Piper has turned herself into jail, so she has to go for 15 months, and she goes to an all-women's prison, and Piper meets all these other different, cellmates and all these other women who were jailed for crimes way more serious than hers usually. And each episode details another prisoner, and it's just so interesting, and it is funny. I actually laughed. It's a very dark humor, and that's the stuff that makes me laugh is dark humor, because the stupid slapstick stuff doesn't make me laugh, but dark humor does, and this has it. And I'm so glad that I started watching it. I need to watch some more of it because I'm addicted now. But yeah, Orange is the New Black. If you're looking for a dark comedy, definitely check it out. So those are the TV shows I love this month. And now we're moving on to the games, of course, because games are my favorite thing ever. First off, though, is Asura's Wrath. I know a lot of people say Asura's Wrath, but in the game they call him Asura, so I'm going to say Asura. Asura's Wrath. Now, a lot of people were turned off by this game because they'd heard it was basically a lot of QTEs, and it was kind of similar to God of War's Combat, which that didn't really bother me at all when I heard about the game. I was just waiting for the price to drop. I'd actually wanted to play this since it came out. But it's this awesome, over-the-top, bat-crap crazy game that I love. It's basically like watching an anime, and yes, there are a lot of QTEs in the game, but the combat is it's like a brawling style of combat, but it's not like God of War combat. I don't know how to describe it. But it's kind of a mixture of QTEs, cutscenes, and, you know, third-person action brawling combat stuff. But it's really good, and if you've been on the fence about it, definitely pick it up if you enjoy crazy over-the-top games, because you'll enjoy this. It's not too difficult at all. It doesn't take very long. Like, each level's like 20 minutes tops, I think. It's a really good game, so check it out. And the second game I really enjoy this month is Wolfenstein: The New Order. Now, I'm not very far into it yet, but I love it from what I've played of it. I think I'm 5 chapters in. There's like 16 chapters, so that tells you how far along I am. But yeah, it's basically a retelling of the Wolfenstein franchise. You still play as BJ Blazkowicz, but now you kind of... I don't want to spoil the story, so I'm not going to say the story, but it's totally... I never played the original Wolfensteins, okay, so I don't know if this is totally different or not. I'm assuming it kind of is. But this is made by Machine Games, which is made of people from Starbreeze Studios who did the Chronicles of Riddick, The Darkness, those games. And this game is just phenomenal. It's a beautiful looking game on the PS4. There are a couple little like muddy textures and stuff, but you know, that's kind of par for the course with games these days. And the gunplay is excellent in this game. Oh my gosh, it's really solid and it's so much fun. And I even love the laser cutter, cutting like shapes into the fences so you can get through. I like to cut hearts. Yeah, I cut hearts and fences to crawl through. Yes, I do it. But I love it, and I love the story. Now, this game does make me a little motion sick, but the good thing about this game is, when I start to feel like that, it usually cuts to a cutscene, so that's really good if you get motion sick, if you play first-person shooters like I do, because they usually cut to a cutscene right when you start to feel it, so I really recommend picking this up, or, you know, if you're unsure about it, wait for the price to drop and then pick it up, because it's a lot of fun so far. I really enjoy it. They did a good job. Kudos to you, Machine Games. Kudos to you. Of course, all my favorite music of these past 4 weeks, I'd say, is in the description box down below, underneath the playlist in the description box, so check out the songs, let me know what you think about them. I know they're not to everyone's taste, but, you know, I have weird taste, so let me know. And of course, now we're moving on to the YouTubers, which you'll find their channel links below the playlist in the description box down below. And just starting to kick things off with, I have to give a shout out to TG Appilaus. And I don't think I've given you a shout out before, dude. I'm so sorry. But your channel is awesome. He's such a nice guy. He does like collection videos and, you know, impressions and all these different kinds of awesome gaming videos, and he's just such a lovely guy, and you know, it's so much fun to watch your videos. I love to see a new video every time it pops up, and you know, check him out, give him some love, because he works really hard on these videos. So TG Appilaus, I know that's really hard to say and spell, but I'll have it down below, so no problems there for you. And next up is Games of War, and that's games with a Z. And Games of War has this awesome video game and figure collection, and he does like collection updates and, you know, impressions or reviews or whatever you want to call them, and he does like rare gaming items he owns, stuff like that. It's just really fascinating to watch, and it's just really interesting to see what all he has, because he has some rare games and items, and it's just so much fun to see. And I kind of drool over everything, because I mean, I'm like, I want that. But yeah, go drool over his stuff down below. And these next two shoutouts, I had planned to give these two people shoutouts ever since I came up with this list last month, and then someone stole my thunder. I'm not saying their name because, you know, they're gonna figure it out, but they stole my thunder and gave them shoutouts before I did, so I'm sorry, you can hear my dad talking, but they stole my thunder. You know who you are, or you will soon. But the first shout out I have to give is to Jordan Holloway. He's an awesome guy, and he does like pickup videos and stuff, and give him some love. He's such a great guy. He's from the UK, I believe, which is awesome because you have an awesome accent. That's one reason to subscribe right there is the accent. Come on, people. You know you love UK accents. Do it. But yeah, he's really knowledgeable about games, and he gets really good pickups, and you know, he's an awesome guy, so go check out his channel. And the fourth shout out, but the second one that was stolen from me, the fourth one that was stolen from me was Gare Bear's Gaming Ground, and Gare Bear is awesome. He does like collection updates and, you know, impressions and all these other different kinds of videos that are awesome, and it's so heartwarming to see him with his daughter. Oh my gosh, I know he has a son too, but it's so cute to see you with your daughter. And I did a video response to one of his videos, and you know, it's awesome. It was awesome to meet you dude. I don't know what to call men, okay? I'm a girl, okay? But it's so nice to meet you, Gare Bear, and I'm so glad I found your channel. So check out TG Apelaus, Games of War, Jordan Holloway, and Gare Bear's Gaming Ground. So those are my favorites for this first part of June. Let me know what your favorites are so far. And if you like this video, please leave a like because that is super duper helpful. And comment, like I said before, let me know about stuff. I have to repeat myself. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet because, you know, we have fun here. It's not professional, and I'm not admitting it to be professional at all, but we have fun here, or at least I have fun. I hope you have fun. If you don't, I'm sorry. But anyway, use some finger muscles, click the subscribe button. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. Just do it. And favorite so your friends and family can see, and share me as long as you do it nicely. That's all I ask. I don't know why I always do this with my hands when I do videos. I don't know. I'm really bendy. I don't know. But I'm going to shut up now. I love each and every one of you so, so much. And I know I'm being weird today. I don't know what it is. I think I got injected with happy pills. I don't know. Anyway, peace and kisses. Bye.